Hello and welcome to another update video on gold. Here on the gold chart, nothing is really decided yet, but the alternative scenario remains highlighted here in green. So I want to take you through micro support, micro resistance, and what's going on here on this chart and my preference, okay? Bigger picture, larger time frame view, or just if we zoom out a little bit, it's not necessarily larger time frame, but if we zoom out a little bit, we are, we probably have completed this larger degree third wave. I mean, that's been my view for more than a month. That doesn't need to change the view, okay? So we continue to follow our previous perspective. That means we have a 3-wave move down, which I'm considering wave A of a larger ABC structure. We could now be still in the B wave maybe, but potentially it completed. So let me talk a little bit more about that. So we have 3 waves down initially. Means some kind of a corrective sequence is complete. We were then watching for a larger B wave bounce. So the B wave itself is always corrective. So typically a 3-wave move, right? I can already identify a completed 3-wave move. A, B, C. But because it's a larger degree B wave, it's not really massive, is it? Compared to what happened before in this A wave down. And also looking at proportions, I think a wider B wave would at least be a reasonable expectation. This is highlighted here in blue. What I actually don't expect necessarily is that this B wave has already topped, even though it is one of the probable options. Remember, my base case is the overall correction that started in April is still unfolding. I would really need to see some evidence to rule that out. Yeah. At the moment, my view is that we could be working on this larger B wave in blue. Maybe I should remove the 3 question marks, but I like that idea. So this is one of the ideas I have here, so that this B wave is still unfolding, basically mainly because of proportions. 3 waves down in A, 3 waves up in B, then the C wave down. Again, in corrections, microstructures often shift. That's actually a good thing, because we don't want the move down really to be impulsive, okay? So, but again, this actually played out quite nicely overall so far. For me, the thesis is we are in some kind of a, larger correction, and in this, the B wave might have topped, maybe we get a little bit of a larger B wave. That we've already completed the entire correction, like some kind of a wave 4, that would be an alternative. That's the green scenario, in which the correction already completed, and we might even see one more high. And if we get 5 waves up, we can explore that idea, that this indeed bottomed, and this is wave 1 of maybe an even larger degree wave 5. Okay. After wave 1 is done, we can add support for wave 2. To be fair, it will be difficult to distinguish from the blue scenario. But if we now pull back, the green scenario is even less likely, because the green wave 1 would need 5 waves to really be taken seriously, all right? At the moment, I'm just watching what's happening here. We are at an important juncture. The price might have formed a top of sorts here on Friday, the 23rd of May. I like that idea, that we have formed some kind of a top, and that we at least are working on the B wave of the larger B wave. The reason is I can identify a 5-wave decline. So it could be wave A of B. Yeah. So I'm primarily looking for lower at the moment in the short term, but obviously it takes a break below support to confirm that, which is located at 3,260. If you watched the last videos, then you know that support area. Really, since the last video, nothing happened because the support area is still holding. All right. So the overall idea is still that we might get one more high, then we have 5 waves up from the low, with all the implications. At the moment we have 3 waves from the low, from this low, around the 15th of May. And again, that opens the door to a larger correction. But to confirm that, I want at least the last swing low taken out at 3,270, followed by a break below 3,260. So very simple to keep that idea alive that we've already topped there. We need to hold below the last swing high here at 3,357. So we don't really have a decision here. Okay, this is now it's just important to understand the relevant levels. I think an interesting long trade setup would be, for example, if we now get a nicely defined 5-wave move down, then we have an ABC pullback. Then there will be a support area that we can observe for a reaction. Or the next high quality setup I see is if we get 5 waves up and then the next pullback. Anything else at the moment, this is just not, I mean, there's no edge, let's call it like that. So, but we're tracking the waves for them to take us to the next high quality setup. Typically the AB setups or the 1-2 setups, they are the high quality setups. Anything in between, this mess here, doesn't really constitute a setup. Yeah, you can trade anything, but don't be surprised if it shakes you out. That's the update on gold. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates on gold, silver, and stocks, and the S&P and the NASDAQ, check out our stocks membership. You'll find the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.